Since Russia invaded Crimea in 2014, Ukraine's army has been trained by British forces. But alongside these regular soldiers, a new militia was formed. Like-minded volunteers with a mission to protect the Donbas from Russian invaders. The unit was named the Azov Battalion after the Azov Sea off the coast of Mariupol. A few months later, it was officially legitimised.
So Azov then became a National Guard battalion, but they didn't stop at battalion because they had lots of volunteers. So they grew from one battalion into a second battalion, and starting to get their own brigade, extra bits, logistics, artillery, you name it. They were adding to it to form themselves into Azov Brigade. And during the time, they have gone to the front line as a battalion, taking over an area of the Donbas front line several times. And each time they do, they are extremely successful.
In the early days, though, the unit had a reputation for harbouring neo-Nazi sympathisers in its ranks.
Now they're just basically good volunteers, the best volunteers that they can get. And anybody who was a liability in terms of their right-wingness has been got rid of. So they are just nationalists. You can call them extreme nationalists if you want, but in times of war, that is exactly what you want.
The Azov Battalion has evolved into an elite unit with its reconnaissance and bomb disposal specialists drawn from Ukraine's special forces.
They don't take everybody. So if you imagine Azov Battalion more in the lines of how in Britain we will view the parachute regiment. It's not something you're going into straight away unless you've got the right mentality, the jumping out of planes mentality.
When Russia invaded Ukraine in February, most Azov fighters deployed to defend Mariupol. As the battle has raged, Azov has become notorious for its fierce defence of Mariupol.
What they've done will go down in history alongside other great historical battles and defences and everything else. I mean, they've gone past the point of bravery into something else almost. And I mean, this will define this. I think the defence of Mariupol will define the war, and will be what people talk about in 100 years' time.
By early April, Azov soldiers retreated into the iron and steel works, a huge complex built to resist attacks and bombing.
For the second day in a row since the enemy broke into the plant, heavy bloody fights are going on. I am proud of my soldiers who are making superhuman efforts to contain the enemy's offensive. I thank the whole world for the enormous support of the Mariupol garrison. Our soldiers deserve it. The situation is extremely difficult, but in spite of everything, we continue to carry out the order to keep the defence.
Whatever happens in Mariupol, there are other Azov fighters elsewhere. This unit is sure to survive, to continue the fight for Ukraine. Charlotte Banks, Forces News.